Good to have you on the Vision Hour of Power here. We're gearing up, getting ready for the 10th annual Global Vision Conference. We always like to kick it off and have each person share their vision. And so,
Ray, before we do,
yep.
Odelia, is she on? Is her sound on? Odelia is from our filmmaker. Ray, what I wanted to do while I wanted you to record, I want to capture the movement and what is happening, and that we keep a record of it. Odelia texted me after Monday, after Roy. Roy is our filmmaker who's making a movie called Over the Rainbow, a cinematic journey of hope. Adam, what you saw, that little 6-piece snippet, our filmmaker from Hollywood saw that, and he saw it as a grand, real theatrical movie. And so on Monday, when he shared his vision, Odelia, after it was over, texted me that she's going to connect with him. She's also from Israel, correct, Odelia?
Yes.
And
yes, I am.
And so what was it, share your vision, and then what was it about Roy that intrigued you to want to connect with him?
I think I always dreamed, first of all, because he's from Israel and I can relate. And second, because I already dreamed to actually make a movie of part of my book. And also in one stage woman, whatever you call that, like I have a vision long time ago. It was crazy because, guys, you remind me of my vision before so many years ago. So thank you, first of all, for that. It's amazing. And so when I first started writing my book, I was talking with my husband, Sharon, and I was actually saying I want to go to Paris again and do a film or movie, whatever you call that, sorry. And also to be on stage and to do something for my birth mom. Like, yeah, so.
Excellent. Well, we're glad you're flying in for the Global Vision Conference, and we're glad you're part of it. So, Ray, I just wanted to get that in before we started. So go ahead, start us, and then I'd love to.
Absolutely. I remember, Odelia, last time we were on, I think it was on Monday, you were talking about, story writing and helping people create their stories as well as a fellow author.
I think it's also really important after the call. I think I understood much more about actually allowing people to have a voice. And first I thought it was just women, but now I understand it's also men and also children, and we all have a voice, and it's really important to allow ourselves to share our story, to have a voice. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what the Global Vision Conference is all about. It's about vision. It's about vision for all people. And, when I started my journey and I met Johnny about 3 years ago, I did a vision discovery or a vision session with Johnny and decided that I was going to become an author. And so I wrote my book, a 90,000 word book in 30 days. And it was written and published. And, I owe that all to the Global Vision Conference. So it's been a magical ride, full of enthusiasm and ambition. And it's, it really encompasses the Global Vision Conference. And that's really what we're here for today. It's to talk about everybody's vision, to get that out there, to manifest that, to bring it to the world and, get support from this community. We all love vision. We all love vision. We all love the magic of art and writing and creating. And, whether that's poetry, Johnny and I had a conversation today, and, whether that's theater or poetry or acting or writing or sculpting, art is art and vision is vision. And those two really go hand in hand and support one another. So, and that's what the Global Vision Conference is. Adam. Yeah, please, Odelia.
No, I just want to add something about Roy, because he says something I just told my kids, because my daughter, she's an artist, and I told her, because what is happening in the world today, it's super important to go to do what we are doing. It's writing and art and painting and film. And So, and he says the same exactly, Roy, on Monday. So I'm like, yes, that's why I connected most. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Cinema and storytelling. Yeah, Roy is a very brilliant film creator. Absolutely. So Adam, kind of going around the horn here. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the Global Vision Conference. Please, Adam, share your vision with us.
Yeah, first off, Johnny, thank you so much for the invite and the divine orchestration. So awesome. Glad to be here. Yeah, my vision is to transform lives through the lens of charity and contribution. So ultimate purpose on life, the purpose of my life is to be loving, enjoy serving humanity, and to create a magical life for myself and others. And how I envision that is raising the collective consciousness. And I founded a company called the Nonprofit Creators. And how we do that is we help business owners or charitable minded people have more impact and build a lasting legacy by launching successful nonprofits. So what happens is this beautiful cause or a calling, no matter if it's planting a billion trees, fighting against sex trafficking, to handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving. It starts with them, then it becomes their board, then the volunteers, then the donors. And I just love the blossoming ripple effect analogy of all the light being spread in the interconnectedness. So my vision is to serve my way up. The great Zig Ziglar quote was on my heart and mind when this was bestowed upon me. If I'm able to help more people reach their dreams and reach their goals, natural hit mine. So loving life, living it, and hopefully it will be in person with you guys in January. It sounds like a blast, and I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely, right on, brother. Very inspirational. Very inspirational.
Thank you.
Ray, I think you see why I wanted you and he to connect. We've been so busy with everything. You traveling here back to Chicago, but I told Adam our visions are so in line because when Adam, this vision came to me when I was a child. I saw a show on television of children that were starving, didn't have food, clothing, flies, the whole negativity. And I told God to feed them and share movies and popcorn with them too, because that was my favorite childhood memory. And I've studied it my whole life. And then 22 years ago, it was, how do I make this vision a reality? And the message I got was support other people's visions and to raise the vision of the world. Proverbs says, where there is no vision, people perish. And so by raising the vision of the world, your words of raising the consciousness, it's the same thing. And we do it one individual at a time. Each individual living their vision raises the consciousness around them, the consciousness of the world. And in the twinkling of an eye, I believe we're going to make the decision to feed and clothe every child on the planet and share movies and popcorn with them. So I would love for you to speak your vision one more time slowly, because it's very powerful and it's aligned with what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. When you showed me that video and I saw that and I heard you, and it's like, pray to God, why can't the kids have clothes and food and movies and popcorn? Make that happen. That was moving. That was what a captured moment for you guys to have that and share that. And also what I sent you that text right before this, and being obedient to follow that guidance and that light to serve. What an incredible vision. You said 22 years. So that's shout out to you, man. Keep going, guys. This is cool. So yeah, to a little bit slower, to raise the collective consciousness. We love to take the tyranny of how off of people's plates in the aspect of nonprofit formations and beyond, of how to launch a successful nonprofit. So I don't use hate very often, but will use it in this context. I hate when people shelve their dreams. And Tony Robbins talks about the road of someday leads to the town of nowhere. So one day I'm going to get to it. Someday, 2 years, 5 years, it's not right time yet. And then doesn't happen and so forth. And I hate that. So what we do is we come in and say, hey, we'll take all of that off your plate. Let's identify your passion, your calling, or cause or causes that's so dear to your heart. And whether it's creating a philanthropic arm underneath the business to create a beautiful ecosystem that feeds itself, to do more good, have more impact, and change more lives, or it's just independent, it's completely up to you. So how we do that is literally talking to just amazing people who have a vision to help, to give, to serve, to contribute at the highest levels. So that's what we do at the Nonprofit Creators. We also do an anthology book featuring nonprofits so they can create synergy and collaboration as well to take it to the next level. And we do sustainable um, giving and different money machine models to really help them take it to the next level. So everything I do is through this lens of how can I help, how can I serve? And then again, if I'm able to help you reach your dream and reach your goals, naturally I'll hit mine. That is just proven to my heart or my hallucination, right? So that's what we're here for. So everything keeps compiling and adding into this realm. So retreats are starting to come, different areas to be able to speak and share this, or find someone that's even influential that has this mission but doesn't know how much more good that they can do when it's directed and it's harnessed in a beautiful synergistic way of being pulled instead of pushing all the time. So this is my art of fulfillment. I don't have to go to work every day. I literally get to talk to just a bunch of badasses that are sharing incredible visions, and it's just fun.
Awesome. I love that. Incredible. Yeah. Once you find your passion, it seems like you have, Adam, it's the fuel to the fire, right? It keeps you going every day. You're not bogged down by the inertia of the day-to-day activities because there's something bigger at play. Truly a vision statement. Truly a vision statement. Perfect. All right, we're going to keep on going. Suzanne, I know on Monday you spoke about enabling or empowering and giving community to women who are 50 and older and kind of creating that legacy for them. Did you want to share your vision today?
Yeah, excuse me. So I'm listening to Adam, and I'm thinking about my entire life was spent in nonprofits and social service nonprofits, and I have participated in strategic planning training from consultants over the years, and that might have been something that I went into, but I didn't. And because I love to write and can put something coherent together, I've worked on a lot of proposals, grant proposals and stuff. So if there's any way I can be helpful, I'd love to. And my vision came out of starting working with people. Somebody needs to go on mute.
I got it.
Yeah. Came out of while I was working full time, starting to work with people to create resumes and do career coaching, which I have not mentioned to you. And what I got out of that was that I'm happiest, I'm thrilled when there is that sweet spot. I'm finding something, I wrote about it. That sweet spot when somebody gets like two stars colliding, boom, who they are out of our conversation and what they're worth. And from that, I got clear that, hello?
Yep, we're here. I think Johnny's just, I muted him because of the background noise. Yep.
Yeah. What I got was my stand for humanity is that people are heard and valued. And there are many different ways that you can do that. One of them is my resumes and career coaching business. And the other is this new creation that came out of my own life experiences, losing loved ones, and losing my son, and having to deal with the aftermath. And so I came up with the vision under my, part of my stand for women 50 plus, although I am having conversations with close friends, including Regina, who's, I think, trying to nudge me to expanding the population that I work with. But I came up with 50 plus because women of that age start having to take care of parents, grandmas, whatever, plus maybe teenage children. and they start getting in touch with the idea of their mortality, which you don't do when you're younger. You don't need to, unless something, horrendous happens and it smacks you in the face. But most of us don't think about that in younger than 50. And it took me into my 60s. And so I'm standing for maybe only women 50 plus and maybe not, but to give people support, to empower by conversations, by opening up possibilities for having conversations that are hard. Sometimes they've been shut down with their loved ones about how they want their end of life planning to go, what it looks like, what they want to have done, who they want gathered, and also their estate planning. Too often, people are afraid to talk about it, or that they get shut down, or they say, yeah, later. And then it's too late. And the state will make decisions for you if you don't make your own. So
yeah. No, that's amazing work. Absolutely. And it's multifaceted, right? You talked about like resume building and having people transition. A lot of times when people are in careers and they're in careers for a very long time, decades, it's really hard to get out of a certain industry or a certain job. It's difficult, and it takes a lot of courage to do that because you've been trained in a certain sector and you're comfortable in a certain sector, but inside something is telling you, the bigger voice inside is saying, leave, go follow your heart, follow your purpose. And people, they need a little nudge or a little coach to help them do that. So I think you're doing amazing work, Susan. Keep it up.
Ray, I just want to interrupt. Susan, our vision session personal was so beautiful and magical. I'm living my legacy right now, but you know what came from it after our time together? My tombstone, what I want on my tombstone. Isn't that interesting? Do you want to hear it?
Yeah,
now,
sure.
This is intimate. Adam, you're getting intimacy here. Ray, you have never heard. Oh, actually, this is the first time I'm sharing it publicly other than with God. What do I want on my tombstone? He believed in my vision. He believed in my vision. That's what I want on my tombstone. I want to be known, actually not as the movies and popcorn guy. They call me Johnny, but he believed in my vision. A very intimate thing, a very spiritual, holy thing. So thank you for your vision and your work, because that came from our session together of your vision, that he believed in my vision. Yes. All right, Ray, take it. Let's keep going, man. Love you, Susan.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to know if you've written it down, if you've gotten it onto paper.
I just spoke it.
I just
spoke it just now. It's
just
live.
I didn't realize it was just this minute. Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, I've never shared it. There's so many things going on in the vision world right now, but this is the magic of a movement. You don't know how your vision, our vision session was for you, but look at the gift I got was, what do I want on my tombstone?
Yes.
That's what I want. He believed in my vision.
Yes.
All right, Ray, go ahead, man. Love
beautiful. Yeah, we have two people who joined. We have David Lahoda, and then we have Tim Peterson. So we'll start with Tim, and then we'll finish off with David. So Tim, if you're still on, let me see if I can unmute you here. Hey, Tim, how you doing?
Hey, awesome. How are you doing?
Good to see you. It's been a while. Looking good.
It's been a minute, right?
Yeah. So we're going around. We're sharing vision. Everybody shared their vision, and it's been truly inspirational. We've been hard at work for the past 2 days doing the vision hour, and we continue. It's day 3 of 40. So please share your vision. I know I'm familiar with it, and Johnny is, but please share your vision. I think Johnny wanted to say something first. So go ahead, Johnny.
The 40 for 40, our 40-day journey here, the power of the number 40 hours leading up to the Global Vision Conference, came from Tim. Tim has a program, 40 for 40, where I took it. I actually helped him co-create it. But Tim, this is from you. These last 2 days, now the third, has been magical. but Tim was my co-host in Vision Miami for many years, Ray.
Yep.
And to see our visions alive, Tim, and the thousands of visions that we have seen, incredible. So your vision for Dad Bod Warrior 40 for 40 is alive in the moment. Great to have you here, Tim.
Yeah,
Well,
Tim, welcome. I remember one more thing, the energy. I remember when we were on Sanibel Island for the Global Vision Conference, and we were getting to the point in the day where it was long and we were missing breaks, and then you were the hype man. You got the crowd back into it with some dancing and breathing exercises.
Oh yeah. Gotta do a little bit of that all the time. Gotta stay on top of it. So yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey, and part of what I want to emphasize is that journey that we're all going through, and having a vision and living that vision isn't always easy. And I talked earlier to Johnny, and it's you go in these ups and downs, and there's some deep pits along the way, and trying to stay focused on that vision. But what helps is having that vision, is having that passion to do what we all are doing. And so I had this vision of being able to help dads refine their fitness, or just get fit when they were going through so much of the trauma that dads and men go through divorce and or being a single dad. And there's so much support for women, and there's not a lot of support for guys. We don't ask for that support. And it's the number one killer of men is suicide, because we live these silent lives of just despair. And I was there, and Johnny got me out of it. And I will, till I have that tombstone, credit Johnny for being there to listen and helping me get out of where I was. And it's a vision of passion. It's a life of passion. And it doesn't always, people can't always see that you're trying to help them. And it's very frustrating to be within the food industry and within the fitness industry, and to see how much people are being deceived. And it's so frustrating to see people think that they're doing the right thing, for their kids, buying what's called healthy food, and they're actually poisoning their kids, and they don't even know it. And so those are the things that inspire me to keep going. But also, each time you're taking on that weight, and it's often difficult. So I applaud all of you who are on that journey. Every time you take on that weight, and every time you take that next step toward that vision and living that vision, just I honor you for having that strength to keep moving on. And I'm just getting over some respiratory stuff, so forgive me. So yeah, this journey, this 40-day journey, is amazing. I'm excited to be jumping in and to seeing the different folks and people coming in, and either being inspired or sharing or inspiring their their vision and where they're going. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Tim. Amazing. Doing amazing work. We also have David. David, how you doing? Good to have you, sir.
Hey, Ray. Thank you. Sorry I'm late. Johnny, Tim, great seeing you guys. Susan, nice to meet you. Not sure who else is on here. Who else do we have on here?
We have Adam Gaskin.
Adam.
Yep.
Yes, Adam. Yes, how are you? I popped in initially, heard you speaking, Adam, and then my wife was calling, so I had to bail. So, when she calls, I've learned a better answer. Any event. So, what's my vision? Is that the
Yeah, no, well, let's start off. I remember, so David, you were probably one of the first to sit with your brother Johnny and hold up the movies and popcorn. I think you guys met after church for lunch, and Johnny shared his vision of, to feed and clothe and give movies and popcorn to the children of the world, to every child on planet Earth. And you were one of the first. Do you remember that?
That was magical. Oh yeah, I'll never forget that day.
Yeah,
met at church, and then started talking, and I don't know, just you hit it off, and then we went to breakfast at Lester's, and he started talking about his childhood, and childhood vision. And, you know, growing up always alone, and back in the 70s, you know, the TVs, right before they went off, you'd see all the hungry children around the world. And he told me about his vision and about movies and popcorn. And so I drew on a napkin kind of what he was talking about, you know, and we just started just going back and forth. And man, it was just magical. And it's had legs ever since. And it's just grown so much, you know, with everybody who's gotten involved and has been a part of this movement, from you, Ray, to Tim and everybody. I'm forgetting a whole bunch of names, but
no, I hear you, David. And for the
Yeah.
viewers, you know, in the vision community, everybody has their skill, their talent, their vision. And what David brings is David is the vision protector. He's a patent attorney, you know, copyright. Tell us a little bit about that, David, how having a vision and protecting a vision is so important, especially in today's world.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Johnny coined me the vision protector. I coined him Johnny Vision, which we got to have that on your tombstone too, Johnny Vision. but not too soon, please. Yeah, so actually I registered my own the vision protector, and I'm a registered patent attorney, which means I have an engineering degree, and as a registered patent attorney, I also do trademarks and copyrights. It's intellectual property, so it all goes together. And so which goes in line with my vision. I've always grown up as in a single parent home too, seeing my mom struggle. Always was intrigued by business, and I knew I had to be successful, and always wanted my own business. And so I love helping people realize their own dreams for their own business, and I know the importance of protecting it. So you know, my father used to write music. He's had music stolen, and that's when I went to school in New Orleans. So I'd meet artists who tell me stories of, you know, their ideas being stolen, or their music and whatnot. So I and I love technology. So everything kind of fit together, but I also, you know, like the law. So I went together into my dream of being an intellectual property attorney. And so, you know, my vision is really to help to see people realize their dreams, to not only just, you know, have, you know, this idea of their dream, but actually putting it into action and fulfilling it. And so, you know, particular, you know, and I meet all kinds of people. One client in particular, trying to get him on QVC, we're pretty close, but his vision started with a prayer when his wife was sick and from cancer, and he was cleaning the house, and he had an idea for a cleaning product, and she unfortunately passed away, but he continues to live that dream. And we have 3 patents in place for him now, and we're talking to QVC, and it all started with a meeting and discussing his vision. And so my vision is all about making other visions come true.
I love that. I love that. And let me ask you this. So you've been part of the Global Vision Conference for a very long time, and you've known Johnny for a long time. And as it, you know, the vision has compounded and expanded, what has the journey been like?
Oh, it's been miraculous. I mean, just it's things that we're constantly blown away by the people we meet and the numbers that are getting involved, and how it started from that one initial meeting in Leicester's, to next we seeing children in Africa watching movies and eating popcorn for the first time, and just the looks on their face, the smiles, and to see how this has taken off in other parts of the world, which is the whole idea of the vision, and you coming on board, and Tim, and so many other people that have been part of this movement. It just keeps growing, and it definitely has legs. I see it continuing to grow. So yeah, it's just been humbling to see the power of God at work in something like this, because you know what, if we all come from a point of love conquers all. Love will conquer hunger. Love will conquer the familyless children that are out there, and I believe that this world is headed in the right direction. It may not seem like it at times, but you know, I see love in so many different places, and it all really does start from that. That's where a vision starts from, is love. And it's
I love that.
An idea. Yeah.
Amazing. No, very inspiring. And now you are a recipient of a Global Vision gold medal. Johnny put the the
Yeah.
gold medal around your neck, and I know a lot of us have the gold medal for having the vision and fulfilling and living our vision. And so, what was that feeling like, being sort of knighted with a gold medal, with a vision gold medal?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was humbling. I didn't expect to be so moved. I was choked up. Especially my brother there giving it to me, and seeing others be recipients, and to have Johnny think that much of me, to give me such a wonderful award. Yeah, it left me speechless. I just was grateful, but mostly humbled, because I'm just doing what I love, and to be recognized for that, it's pretty cool. As were you, Ray.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
wrote my book in 30
Yari.
days. I always have a
Yeah,
copy of it. It's funny.
yeah.
I didn't want to put my picture on it. And every time I hold this book up, it's like I'm holding up the screenshot. I look like, obviously it's me, but I don't know if I have the same jacket on or whatnot. But yeah, 30 days, I became an author, The Pen of an Underdog.
Yeah.
And with Christmas coming up in the holidays, like, I have to tell you, I'm that author that gives his book out to family for a gift.
It's a great gift. It's a great book, Ray. I mean, come on.
Thank you. Thank you. I always say
Yeah,
it
and
makes
you
the
know what?
best coaster.
You know what I love about it, Ray? Because it's what I do, man. I'm in there for the underdog. I've represented some big companies, and with work, McAfee and IBM and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love the underdog. The guy who's scraping by, and he comes up with something that he's gonna think's gonna change his life and that of his family, and I get your book. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. And I have to thank you for, the trademark and the copyright. I appreciate all the work you've done on that, and sort of protecting my vision. I always like to ask this question. It goes a little past vision, but with all the people of vision out there, David, that are creating, that are putting their life and soul into something, what is the best way to protect that vision? What is the best way to protect it and make sure that it doesn't get taken, and that everybody's hard work out there stays with them?
Well, it depends on what it is, but first and foremost, you really got to. Unfortunately, I keep it to yourself. I don't want to divulge a vision, an idea too soon, because unfortunately there are people who, it's easier for them just to copy somebody else. And then talk to an attorney, talk to an intellectual property attorney such as myself. And then, but beyond that, when you need to talk to somebody when you have a vision, because a vision in isolation doesn't go anywhere. So, you need to use non-disclosure agreements. It's real simple. Anybody that works with me, that retains me, I just give them a non-disclosure agreement to use. I don't charge for it. I want to make sure they have that from day one, because I know they need to talk to people to put the wheels in motion. So using non-disclosure agreements are very important. And if it's an invention, and anything, whether it's an invention or name of a business or an idea for a movie, or a book, use the non-disclosure agreements. And after that, when you talk to an attorney, they'll help you determine whether or not it's something that needs to be patented, in which case there'll be a patent search conducted to see if it is in fact patentable. And then if it is, we file a patent application to make it patent pending, and it goes through the whole examination process. When you have a trademark, as soon as you start using a trademark, it's you acquire trademark rights. They're called common law rights, but it's limited to the geographic region where you use it. So if you're doing business in a locale, let's say Fort Lauderdale, and somebody sees your name and the trademark and they like it, well, they can go and file in the U.S. Trademark Office, and then they would have rights to it everywhere in the U.S. except for, let's say, Fort Lauderdale. So you get boxed in. So it's important, if you have a trademark you like, get it filed ASAP. So as soon as you file it, it's yours throughout the U.S. And that prevents others from beating you to the trademark office. And then copyright, as soon as you write a work, create a work, draw a painting, you own the copyrights, but you want to register them. So somebody should copy your material, which doesn't have to be exact. This has to be a substantial, similar piece of work. You could go after them for statutory damages, and you get the full benefits of the copyright laws. Let's keep it simple. So so using NDAs, talking to an attorney, figure out what needs to protect and just make the filings. You'll a lot of times I have clients come in after the fact. Now we got to trace things back, and they lose a lot of their rights. And if had they only registered their works, they would have been in a much better position to enforce their rights.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, thank you for sharing it. It's been a ride. It's been a ride of vision. And, over the years, we've seen so many people. You mentioned Yari earlier. Yari, he wrote his book of poetry called Heal, Caroline Pena, The New Forgiveness, and so many creators in the community of vision, just living and breathing their vision, their purpose. And, we talk about authenticity a lot, and authenticity is, it can't be bought or borrowed. And I feel that's like the one true thing what goes hand in hand with vision and those two things. Johnny, I'm going to turn it over to you for a little bit.
You know what? Yeah, I've been trying to, for a while, I've been trying to bring you and David and Adam together. And so I wanted to, Adam, I wanted to tell you about, I already spoke about Ray and you got to see him, but David is so incredible. He's not only been argued cases to the Supreme Court, but someone made me a shirt one time, a black and white shirt, Got Vision, right? Got Vision, like got milk. And one shirt, and someone made it for me, Caroline made it for me, and I wore it, and a picture of it went up. And David trademarked there, he started the filing process. Well, the California Milk Growers Association immediately sent me letters, cease and desist. And David is a protector and a fighter and a scrapper, I'll say. I mean, he's looking to, well, it was so beautiful, David, the way you maneuvered it, that this multi-million-dollar law firm, billionaire, representing all the milk growers of California, they said, you know what, it's okay. They allowed us to use it because of the purpose. It's food and clothing and children and movies and popcorn. It got vision. So I just wanted to introduce you, Adam, to David, and with that story, that this is the best of what he does. And I believe you're the best at what you do, Adam.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, we're coming up here, Johnny, January 20th, the Global Vision Conference number 10. Do we still have tickets available, or are we sold out?
Yes, no. Oh, no. We still, absolutely. Every ticket, every person that buys a ticket, a VIP ticket, they get it for $99. They get a vision session with me. Just like Susan did, just like you did, just like David did years ago. So we're ready. We have momentum. We have vision. I'd like to schedule an appointment for you, Adam, David, and I, for the foundation that we talked about. And everyone, keep living your visions. We're on a journey here. This is Tim. I don't know if Tim's still on, but Tim was the first person I told about the Global Vision Conference. And it was 9 months out, and he said, Johnny, we're going to give birth to something, a new concept, a new conference, the Global Vision Conference. And here Tim is today, popped on with Visions Coming Alive. So great show, Ray. Great hour of supporting visions.
For sure. And it's great to see everybody. Keep your vision alive. Keep working at it. Anything can be accomplished. And I thank you for joining the call and sharing today. David, Tim, Adam, Adelia, Suzanne, thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
All right. We'll talk soon. Everyone have a good day.
Have a great
day. Ray.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, Susan.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.